It's GSR here. So, welcome to part one of the problem with the flawless block mechanic in Mortal Kombat 1, right? So, I'm just going to focus on one thing and then I'll talk about some other things in another video because I don't have enough time to sit here and just completely explain everything, right? So, I'll try to make this short, nice, and sweet. So, uh,
Boom.
what I'm gonna do here is that
Swordsman.
I'm gonna show you guys some things, and you let me know what you think, right? So what I'll do is I'm gonna move that over so I
Kung
can get
Lao.
the actual skin of Kung Lao, which is that one, and then we're gonna go directly to Frost, right? And then Striker is also another character that's kind of questionable as well, including all these other cameo fighters, right?
Frosty
And
the
you guys are
Snow
probably
King.
trying to figure out where I'm about to go with this, right?
Cage Mansion.
But I'm gonna explain it once we get into the lab. All right, so Kenshi has access to a 141 that he can go directly into, and he can make the situation safe on block where he is +4 on block. And as you can clearly see, there's a decent amount of pushback that creates a really good spacing situation for Kenshi. So depending on what the player does on the opposing side, you can get blown up for it. Depending on what the Kenshi player does on the opposing side, he could possibly get blown up for it, especially if you don't know what you're necessarily doing. And that can go on the other side as well, right? You kind of get the idea. So, off of this situation, right? If I flawless block this, as you can clearly see, the pushback is not there anymore, right? Now, here's where the red flag comes into play. You see how close I am to Kenshi? And what's kind of nuts about this is the fact that like the nigga is +4 on block still, despite the fact that I not only reduce the pushback, which creates that massive amount of spacing, right? As you can clearly see, me flawless blocking it again, right? But the nigga is still +4 on block. How the hell does this make any sense? This is a problem in interesting fighting games where they just do not understand the idea of turns. If I successfully flawless block the last hit of this combo thing, why the fuck do you still have access to plus frames? What is the point of me flawless blocking that when all I'm doing is screwing myself over? Where if I get close to you, if I'm this, first of all, I get it if I didn't flawless block it, right? And I just I blocked it like this. Okay, this makes sense. But the moment you flawless block this, right? What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Why is this nigga still +4 on block? Why am I this close to this opponent if that's what this is gonna be? Yo, this is some Mickey ass shit, bro. But then again, I suck at the game. Don't know what I'm talking about. I'm bad at the game. I ain't got no right to say anything, even though I paid $100+ for this game. You know what I mean? I'm just like everybody else. If you ain't going to tournaments and you ain't hosting tournaments and commentating or dick riding the game, you ain't got no right to have an opinion. You just ain't got no right. You have no right. How dare you expose shit with logic and all this extra shit? Yeah, shit like that, right? So check this out, right? If I go to Johnny Cage and I'm just gonna go for this forward three, right? And you know what comes after the forward three? I can go for this overhead or I can go for this combo thing. You get the idea. But when you're paired up with Kung Lao, you can create these very stressful and annoying situations for the opponent. Which I'm genuinely surprised Kung Lao didn't get the proper nerf because if it was up to me, niggas wouldn't like me too much. But as you can clearly see, right? If I go for Kung Lao's buzzsaw hat, he's +2 on block. However, this is where it gets interesting. See this flawless block situation here, which means what exactly? That means he's gonna flawless block. Watch this. Nigga still +2 on block.
What the fuck is this?
Now let's assess the situation, right? Let's really look at this situation as a whole and really think about this for a second. We have a character here where you can recover instantly, basically, right? And not only that, Kung Lao's recharge rate is recharging ridiculously fast, right? Which is fucking annoying, right? That's the reason why I call him a hat spammer in this game, right? His shit isn't recharging slow like the Cyrax's net situation, right? Which it should be, because this buzzsaw hat complements you on significant amount of things, whether it's in the neutral, you setting up something on Oki to create a hard to blockable situation, you going for mix-up situations and close-range engagements, and even if they block correctly, such as Kung Lao's low buzzsaw hat, they're still dealing with a pressure situation, right? But then this is where it gets real spicy, right? You can also protect yourself with this hat if the opponent successfully makes a correct read and jumps in on you, which I find completely bullshit, by the way. Okay? You can break neutral with this move and turn steel like a motherfucker. So if I do this to you, do you guys see the shit that I'm exposing here? Do you see how dumb this is? And this game's supposed to be competitive?
It is what it is. It is what it is.
All right, bet, 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 bet. This game's supposed to be competitive, but you can't fix stupid shit like this. And did you guys know that if an opponent is like -6, -7, -4, whatever on block, and I have a fast enough startup time. Did you know in the training mode that if you get it to where the opponent can backdash or like press a button, it doesn't count as a counter, even though it is a counter? Very misleading. As a matter of fact, who am I going to show you guys real quick just to prove my point? Okay, Melina's a perfect example. Melina is a perfect example of this. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do this with Melina, right? And I'm gonna backdash. Now I don't know if you guys noticed this in the actual game itself, right? By yourself, or you noticed it in the video, but a counter attack doesn't pop up here. So she's -6 on block. Now back in MKX, right? It would pop up a counter, which means that it's guaranteed that she would actually get hit. However, in this game, did you see any counter? What if I go for the back three? Did you see any counter? Okay, what if I go for the forward one? Did you see any counter? You didn't see any counter, did you? No. Okay, good, good. Just so you know, some hating ass niggas can sit there and try to pick apart this bullshit, even though I just showed you proof right there. Even though that's technically a counter, they don't pop it up in the training mode. They don't pop it up in the online matches. And I've been noticing this, but I kept my mouth shut. Because I'm just like, it's a minor issue. But at the same time, this is good information to know. Mainly because of the fact that, like, if you're training and you're like, wait, they can't get countered off of this? It'll throw you the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, this is part one of the problem with the flawless block mechanic. Now, I'm gonna talk about two good things real quick about the flawless block mechanic.
What did he say?
If you flawless block something, you take no chip. If you flawless block something, a prime example is like Baraka and fucking Cyrex, right? Baraka and Cyrex are very annoying together, especially mainly because of Cyrex, right? You could do something completely unsafe, get significant amount of chip damage, and make the situation completely safe. And build significant amount of meter. However, when you flawless block the opponent in the game, you not only take away the chip damage possibility, but you also take away their ability to build significant amount of meter, right? So that is actually a really good thing, especially when you're dealing with this annoying ass fucking character with that electromagnetic storm that he has access to, right? So those are two good things about the flawless block mechanic. Now, there's a third thing that is somewhat good about the flawless block mechanic, but you guys seen it clear as day here, where you can make certain shit unsafe on block, or you can make certain shit minus on block, but then when it comes to cameos and certain characters, like main fighters or characters in this game, they're still safe on block. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section down below. Hopefully you guys are doing well out there. Then again, I don't have no right to say anything because I'm bad at the game, and all I do is complain. That's typically how the excuses go with this Mortal Kombat community. So, even though I'm showing you clear evidence here, but that doesn't mean anything. You get good at the game, scrub.